Debt crisis.
Debt crisis.
Debt crisis.
The debt crisis.
Debt crisis.
Debt crisis.
Debt crisis.
Debt crisis.
Debt crisis.
The debt crisis.
And so we don't have an immediate crisis in terms of debt. In fact, for the next 10 years, it's going to be in a sustainable place.
Is he right that we don't have an immediate crisis?
We do not have an immediate debt crisis, but we all know that we have one looming.
So we do not have a debt crisis right now, but we see it coming. We know it's irrefutably happening. And the point we're trying to make with our budget is let's get ahead of this problem.
It's not an immediate problem, but we can
So
all...
you agree with the president on that?
Yes, but his point, as he went on to say in that interview, is that we don't really need to do anything at this point.
Now, the credit rating agency is blasting the awful fiscal cliff deal, saying it does zero to solve the debt crisis.
And America facing a massive debt crisis, and the president is in denial about a spending problem.
We look at the problems with America's debt crisis and solutions that are being talked about by different economists.
What I'm saying is, look, we have a fiscal crisis on our hand. We have a debt crisis.
And I know you're heavily involved in talking and trying to figure out the debt crisis.
Dow Component Travelers partnering with media affiliates to highlight America's debt crisis in a new one-hour documentary that's entitled Overdraft.
It is one way to smoke our debt crisis. A new bill in Congress would legalize pot and raise billions of dollars to help plug the deficit.
And when I pressed him on the president's role in the growing debt crisis, well...
And both sides are still dug in on how to solve our debt crisis.
John Roberts investigates how our country's debt crisis unfolded through the eyes of the lawmakers in the thick of it.
As he asked if President Obama is more interested in scoring political points and hurting the GOP than in finding real solutions to our debt crisis and spending crisis in Washington.
We don't have an immediate crisis in terms of debt. In fact, for the next 10 years, it's going to be in a sustainable place.
It's not an immediate problem, but we can
So
all...
you agree with the president on that?
Yes.
So we do not have a debt crisis right now. The president says we don't have a immediate debt crisis. John Boehner and Paul Ryan confirm that. I find myself in disagreement. I think it's immediate, a clear and present danger.